SDK.finance. Let me show you how the transaction reconciliation process works on the SDK platform. I will walk you through this step-by-step video guide, starting from the Reconciliation main menu. You can see the Reconciliation and Files tabs. In the Reconciliation tab, you can view all reconciliation configuration records, separated by transaction and asset types. Asset reconciliation was covered in our previous demo. Now, let's focus on transaction reconciliation. Transaction reconciliation allows you to reconcile operations in the SDK.finance system with operations from other systems, such as a bank, provider, or any third-party system, based on a file. In the Files tab, you can see a list of files that have been manually uploaded into the system. The data from these files is parsed and stored in the SDK.finance database. Based on this information, the system performs reconciliation for a specified period. For the demo, we use a default file format. In real-world business use cases, the file format depends on the institution, bank or provider you are reconciling with. Each institution may have its own structure and parameters for reconciliation. Our default file format is used here to demonstrate the internal logic of the reconciliation process, but in real cases, the file format must match the requirements of the institution or system being reconciled. Let me show you our default file structure. The file includes the following columns: Transaction ID, transaction date, amount, currency, for example. This file contains 2 transactions. The transaction ID identifies operations in our system, and each parameter is matched between the file and platform data. If a mismatch occurs, it will appear in the reconciliation forms for review and resolution. To perform reconciliation, the file must first be uploaded into the system. Back in our system, we select the file, drag and drop it, and upload it. We can also specify the file format, though this is just for demonstration purposes. Once uploaded, the system parses the file and stores its data in the database. The status of the file, parsed, partially parsed, or reconciled, can be viewed, and detailed descriptions of each status are available in the documentation. Reconciliation can only be performed for a closed period. This means the operation date of the transactions being reconciled must fall within a closed operational period. To check the operational day statuses, go to the System Calendar. The System Calendar shows all operational days generated based on calendar settings configured during system setup. Future periods can be adjusted as needed. Locate the relevant period to ensure its status is closed before proceeding with reconciliation. Returning to the Reconciliation tab, let's check our file status. It's partially parsed. Now we can perform reconciliation. Go to the Reconciliation tab and select View Reconciliation. Previous reconciliation records are displayed, showing their statuses: successfully reconciled, warnings, or mismatches. Select the period, the 31st of August to the 2nd of September, and start the reconciliation process. After the process starts, refresh the page to check the results. The reconciliation record appears. And in this case, the status is successful. No mismatches were found. If mismatches had occurred, the status would show a warning. To verify, use filters to locate specific transactions by their transaction IDs. Copy the IDs from the file. Search for them in the system and confirm that the operations exist in SDK.finance. This ensures the reconciliation was successful. Let's now demonstrate mismatch detection using a file that contains errors. Upload the invalid file as before and refresh the page to ensure it's processed. In this case, the file status is parsed, but it contains mismatches. Note that files marked as reconciled cannot be used again for reconciliation. However, files in other statuses, such as parsed or in progress, can be used multiple times. Start reconciliation with the invalid file. Specifying the same period as before, the 31st of August to the 2nd of September. After the process is completed, the reconciliation status will show warning. The system detected mismatches in the file. View the reconciliation details to see the mismatch transaction IDs. The type of mismatch, transaction not found. File metadata, name, upload date. In this example, both transactions are invalid because they don't exist in the SDK.finance system. You can manually resolve mismatches by marking them as resolved. Once resolved, the reconciliation record status will change to reconciled. This process ensures that all reconciliation records in the system are accurate and meet business requirements. That's all. Thank you for your attention.